Hey guys, what's up? It's Paige and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my Great Landis Bedtime Stories experience video, and I'm actually filming this literally like 3 minutes after I got home just because, I don't know, I had a lot of fun. So let's just get into the video. So basically what happened was I was just like on the phone, like just chilling one day, and my friend's like, hey, do you want to go to Great Landis with me and Alyssa? And this was my friend Rachel. You've heard about Rachel before, probably. And I'm like, yeah, totally. So we all got VIP tickets, and we knew that it would be a very, very small and intimate show. So we didn't, like, we kind of knew what to expect, but we didn't, like, necessarily know. So basically what happened was, today, I'm filming this on the day of the show. Today I went downtown I caught the 4:10 train downtown, and I got downtown around like 4:50, and I went straight to the venue. It was attached to where the train like let off, so it was perfectly fine. So I went and I like asked the guy, I'm like, hey, where's Grant? Like, there was just a man in the lobby who works there, and I'm like, hey, do you know where the Great Landis Bedtime Stories concert is? He's like, yeah, it's on the 4th floor, just follow the signs. So that's what I did. So once I got up to the little area, there were about maybe like 20 girls just like waiting outside the door in a clump. And then after I waited for about like 10 minutes, Grant's manager slash bodyguard slash pretty much everything on tour came out and was like, okay, everyone get in a line. I'm going to pass out the VIP stuff and then everyone will get to go in. And I was like, oh, well, like my friends are still coming. Like maybe I just won't get that great of a seat. So he came around and he passed out the VIP lanyards, and basically it's just like this doodle thing of Grant, and it says Great Landis Bedtime Story Tour VIP, and it's the same thing on both sides, but on one side it is autographed. So yeah. So basically after we got our lanyards, we were allowed in, and when we got in, we saw a bunch of these little like seat things spread all across the floor, which basically signified that we were sitting on the floor, which I knew we were sitting on the floor, but it just kind of was like, oh, we're definitely sitting on the floor. So when we got in there, we all just kind of sat down and chatted for a little bit, and then my friends came, Rachel and Alyssa, and they got their VIP lanyards, and they sat down with me, and around like 5:50, Bert came out and started kind of explaining everything, and he talked about like just like respect and the artists, and like the meet and greet and how that would go, and it was really, really laid back and really chill. And yeah, in between every single act, a girl named Lexi Nicole, maybe, I think. Lexi Noel. She would come on and kind of like talk to us and get us like really excited for the next act. And so she came out, and then Jonah came out and he played a few songs. He looked really, really attractive today. Oh my gosh. And then Lexi came back out with Garrett, who is Grant's younger brother. He's basically Fetus Grant. And then they introduced Grant, and Grant came out, played like 3 songs, and then everyone else came back out. So Jonah, Garrett, and Lexi. And then they started playing Truth or Dare. And so it was really, really interesting. I'll put in some clips of what I have. I'm pretty sure I just have them doing body rolls and the walk, like the catwalk. So I'll put those in now.
You gotta do it. Let's get it.
First up, we have Garrett Landis. Fernando. Get it, Fernando. Girls, he is.
one of the dares was to say the alphabet backwards and say it in a British accent. And Jonah and Grant started trying together and they couldn't figure it out. And I shot my hand up and I'm like, I can do it. And I did it, and Grant's face was like this. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was shaking. It was hilarious. And after Truth or Dare was over, Grant sang a few more songs, and then the show was over, and we were told to go out back into the little, like, hallway part and wait until, like, get ready for meet and greet. So basically, Rachel, Alyssa, and I, we planned to be at the very, very end because, you know, we had more time, but that just didn't end up happening because there was a time limit that they had in the room. They had until 8:30, and by the time they started letting girls in, it was 7:45. So we ended up being in the second group to go in, which was perfectly fine. So earlier when Bert was explaining the meet and greets, he said that we could take group pictures. And he said to get them first and then we'll get our individuals. So we figured that meant that we go to, like, kind of like sneak in line, get our group picture, and then come back and then get in line for everyone. That's not how it worked. So we went in we took our picture, we spelled out Ohio with Grant. And then Bert was like, okay, who's first? And we're like, oh, like, we thought we were supposed to come up to you first and then, like, get back in line. And he's like, no, that's not how it works. So we all went and got back in line, and it was really funny. And so first we met Lexi Noel, and she was the cutest thing ever. I'm so in love with her. She's basically my new mom. She was so funny. She's like, we are the same person. So if I can find my picture with her, because her mom took it, I will insert it in here. And then it was off to meet the boys. So first it was Jonah, and Jonah was really, really funny. So basically when I walked up to him, I gave him a hug, and our hug ended up being really, really long. And I didn't, like, intend for it to be that long, but it was really long. And I asked him if I could wear his hat, and I did. And I stuck my tongue out, and he did too. And when we finished with the picture, he's like, we both did the tongue thing. And I'm like, yeah, we did. And then we had a really awkward, like, ending hug. And then I walked over to Garrett, and I was laughing, and he's like, you're so tall. Like, is that why you're laughing? And I'm like, no. And we took our picture, and then when it was my turn with Grant, he wasn't there. And I'm like, Grant, SOS! And he came over, and we hugged, and he's like, I'm like, hi, how are you? And he's like, good. And he's like, do you have a pose? And I'm like, yeah. And we were, like, bouncing our hands. And he's like, okay, what's your pose? And I'm like, I don't know. We both kind of just laughed about it. And I'm like, what's a pose you've never done before? And he's like, I don't know. And then he shrugged and, like, swung his leg up. But it wasn't, like, it wasn't, like, his opposite leg. It was the leg closest to me. And I grabbed his thigh. Oh, my, it was so funny. Oh, my gosh. I wish that I could just relive that moment again. That was so funny. Oh, I just have no words for what happened. Oh, I forgot to mention that Lexi gave us these little cards, and she signed them, and then here are the dates for her tour. So yeah, and she also gave us nail files with her her username on it. So that was fun. And then we left, and it was a really, really fun concert. I really recommend you going to a Bedtime Stories tour show. They are so fun, so intimate, and you really get to, like, interact with them. And it's not like even if you don't have VIP, like, you can, like, still, like, get to interact with them, which is crazy for, like, a tour, like, for a concert. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.